Hey, everybody, it's Mike Gamal with Joey's Song. I want to talk about another podcast. Yeah, I'm talking about the competition. No, it's not competition. There is a podcast out there that every time I tell anybody about it, talk about it, I was talking about it this weekend with some friends, and their eyes lit up and they're like, really? Wow, what? Ooh, ah. I figured rather than do it one at a time, I would give this podcast the publicity it so richly deserves. It is called, and I'm going to get it right, A History of Rock Music in 500 Songs. It is put out by a fellow over in the UK called Andrew Hickey. And I don't know Andrew's background, but he's been doing it now for about 7 years. He's about 170 songs into his 500 songs, if I remember correctly. It is meticulously researched. It might be too much for some people, unless you're a music dork. But he starts in the 1940s and he's now up to about 1968, 69. And what he basically does is pick a song that really encapsulates either a time or an artist or a genre of music itself and builds it up and helps you understand why it's significant and why it's important. I am on my fourth listen through of all of the episodes, and every time I listen to it, I hear more and more and more. So if you're a podcast person, and you might be because you're listening to this podcast, or if you're not a podcast person because you're watching this on the social media, I suggest you go to iTunes or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts and look up A History of Rock Music. I have to look at it, make sure that I'm getting it right, in 500 songs. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. You will be hooked and addicted. So you may lose several hundred hours of your life to this, but it's worth it. The path I would suggest, go through and scroll through once you follow or subscribe or whatever the heck you do on the podcast things, is go find a song or an artist that you really love, that you already know, and start there and understand exactly what Andrew's podcasts are all about. And once you do that, then go back to the beginning, go back to the first episode and listen historically and chronologically. It is fascinating. It is great. I'm going to keep recommending it to anybody that will listen, but it's A History of Rock Music in 500 Songs by Andrew Hickey. And if you can, there's a Patreon, click on it. I get nothing for doing this. I don't even know Andrew. We've exchanged a couple emails. But for $1 a month, you can also then get access to a whole bunch of different episodes. And anyway, just do it. Trust me. History of Rock Music in 500 Songs.